What if I told you that a single pothos in my college dorm sparked a lifelong passion and completely transformed the way I feel in any room? Honestly, you'd probably say that's a bit dramatic, but that's exactly what happened. And I'm gonna show you how it can do the same for you. Hi everybody, I'm Precious Pioneer, a plant mama, ex-pastry chef, and a perpetual nomad. Here we celebrate the green, the cozy, and the magical plants we bring into our lives. I just kind of wanted to kick this video off and share kind of where it all began. I remember my freshman year in college, I was staying in these dorms. They only had wide concrete walls. It didn't have any personality. And I think being away from home from the very first time, you kind of craved life, a little bit something. You're already missing your mom's cooking. You're already missing seeing your family and all these different things. And so to come into a very vacant room and just to try to bring it to life, I remember struggling with that at first. I remember that I hung 2 pothos plants on my window and they just had started to vine down. And I would remember that every sunrise in the morning, the light would shine through and hit the leaves and changed the dynamic of my room. There would always be like this green hue to wake up to. It was as if they were casting this soft green glow that suddenly a sterile room felt like a sanctuary, and I was hooked. I think that that daily gentle reminder of life growing is kind of what started it all for me. I feel like caring for plants is more than just decor. It definitely elevates every single room that you add some plants to, for sure. It just brings a natural life into the space. But I think that the act of actually caring for the plants has a lot more meaning. Consider it a tiny daily therapy. I honestly think that's kind of the root joke of like women going off to Home Depot and like putting more plants in their cart than they ever anticipated, or, oh, I'm having a tough day, it's time to get a plant. I think that's where that kind of joke stems from. It's the daily act of watching a new leaf unfurl for the first time and taking time and intention to follow a specific watering schedule and having a newfound responsibility. It's like the small, powerful wins that we can control in our lives that kind of make it a little bit rewarding. And I think those micro victories build up, boosting mood and focus throughout the day. I think that's why in office decor, there's always plants. People put plants on top of their desktops. I really think it revolutionizes a space. Maybe I'm projecting and romanticizing it a little bit, but let me have that. I really think that it really does make a difference in people's lives. It certainly has for mine. I like to consider it mindfulness with a watering can or a spray bottle. If you're considering getting more plants, I want to encourage you, it doesn't have to be an elaborate Pinterest board. I don't think that obtaining an indoor jungle is just to fill a bunch of space. I think it balances and shapes how we feel, how you add certain plants to spaces. No one wants another chore or another long list of tasks that you now have to complete because you decided to get 50 plants on one shelf. Like, this isn't what that is. But I think there's a beautiful nuance of having a couple in designated spaces that when you walk in, you feel like the positivity, or you feel like the plants or the life radiate in a space. Studies have even shown that being around greenery sparks creativity and reduces stress. I just love stepping into my living room and instantly feeling calm, creative, and inspired. Guests always comment how welcoming and alive it feels. Another thing I absolutely love about plants is, like rubber plants, peace lilies, and snake plants, they filter out all the toxins like benzene and formaldehyde from the air. I used to wake up with a stuffy nose during the winter, but now I breathe a lot easier now that my home and air quality is a lot cleaner. I always recommend to have at least 2 or 3 plants in the bedroom from all the CO2 that we produce when we sleep. If you sleep with a partner, even more so. I feel like you need an extra amount of oxygen produced in closed spaces. And more oxygen helps with mental clarity. It's just like a yin and yang, push and pull sort of dynamic between a symbiotic relationship, if you will, between you and your plants. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's like this lifelong partnership, like I take care of you and you take care of me, sort of a bond that you grow with them. I feel as though plants are a natural air filter that look super beautiful than a random humidifier in the corner making all that noise. But I think over time that it was that dorm moment that really inspired me to continue growing plants throughout the years and to have the courage to start my own nursery plant shop. I really want to grow plants handmade with care and then gift them to people to welcome into their homes and continue that process. So if we fast forward to today, I care for over 200 plants every single morning, inspecting leaves, adjusting light, and sharing them with new homes. It's taught me responsibility and joy in the little things and how nurturing another living thing can fuel your own purpose. And honestly, that makes my heart really full. I feel like the biggest lessons that you learn when you start to care and tend for your plants is patience is the first lesson. You can't exactly rush a fiddle leaf fig into towering heights overnight. Trust me, I've tried everything. But if you only get a couple new leaves every year, you only get a couple new leaves every year. Some of the most beautiful, rewarding plants that I've seen for the fiddle leaf, owners have had them for 20 plus years. But I have to say, seeing the tiniest of bud every few weeks reminds you of the progress. Trust the process. However slow, it's still progress. And I feel like it makes each leaf that much more rewarding when you have to wait a little longer for it. And I think our gift to like nurture it, we all have that like nurturing energy. Plants kind of force you to kind of just tap into it, I think, or at least give us a beautiful way to like channel it. Plants have been around for hundreds, millions of years. They're ancient. I know we don't think about it a lot, and maybe it's really corny, but I think that each plant has like history, story. And then I imagine like potting it up, ancient history, and then placing it into your modern home. Like each plant, each leaf carries that ancient legacy. I don't know. For me, I guess it seems super, I know it's not a revolutionary thought, but to me, when you really think about it, it's really quite amazing how these plants have grown and evolved over time as we have and even before us. But then now we can like pot it and grow it and mold it in our own hands, something that knows how to take care of itself better than we ever could. And then we get to have a little piece of artifacts throughout our homes. I feel like things are impactful in the details, and most of life is worth living in the details. That being said, what is one plant that changed your life? Do you have any unique stories? I want to know. Drop it in the comments. If you believe in plant or gardening therapy, give this video a thumbs up because I know it's out there. And subscribe for more plant inspo every week. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world. Bye. I'll see you next time.